I want you to imagine that you are at a charity event. Bunch of people there, suits and ties, black tie event, all high-profile guests. Somebody walks up, slaps you on the shoulder and says, you got to meet this guy. He's a mover and a shaker, big money, big influence. He can really help your business get known because connections is worth more than money. And so you're mingling, you're there just having a good time. You shake the guy's hand, you click, you take pictures together, talk business, share a laugh, maybe even a cigar. You talk about ways to collaborate in business. The guy's got a clean criminal record, no red flags. On the surface, he's golden. And you're honored to meet him, that he would even show you his attention because he's a multi-trillionaire or whatever he is. A week later, you get a phone call from him, and he says, hey, I'm putting together a weekend with some top guys, some real important people. Bill Clinton's going to be there and a few others. Private getaway, all expenses paid. Come, relax, meet some folks, make some memories. And you're honored. You say yes. You get there, take pictures together, you visit their home, party like a king, and then one day you look up at the news and this man that was crystal clean suddenly is a monster. Not who you thought he was, a predator, a criminal of the worst kind. And now you that have done nothing wrong, all you did was take a trip, shook a hand, posed for a picture. Now your name is on a list. You've done nothing wrong. There's no charges against you of any kind. No investigation because you've done nothing. No context at all. But now you are on a list. And the angry mob, they're not asking questions. They just want your head served on a platter because you took a picture or you were on an airplane that belonged to this person, or you're on a flight log, or maybe you're in their list of contacts. They want your head. So I ask you, if that list were to come out, how quick would you lawyer up and become a multi-billionaire after you sued the Department of Justice, the Donald Trump administration, for defamation, slander, libel, invasion of privacy, emotional distress, and whatever else you can throw on there. And now you're suing deep pockets that have no end. And there's the problem. The tension right now between Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi is because Dan wants fire, Pam wants facts. Dan is passion, Pam is process. The difference in Dan and Pam: Dan is a reporter, Pam is a lawyer. Dan's job is to feed the mob. Pam's job to protect President Trump from criminal liability. That's her duty. That is her job. She is not our enemy, folks. We've got to stop this insanity. Now, I want to help you. And by the way, If you subscribe to my blog, you already know this because my blog subscribers get this free and they get it first, okay? But the simple facts is that Dan is a reporter, Pam is a lawyer. The mystery is solved. I just solved the myth. That's it. It is that simple, folks. There is nothing else that you can add to or take away from Dan as a reporter, Pam as a lawyer. Okay? One wants to feed the base, which is me and you. After all, that's what we sent him there for, right? To get us the dirt. And who can blame him for that? That's what he loves to do. And they've taken away from him that ability to spill this list to the world. A list that may have a lot of innocent people on that list. One thing that really bothers me about the world we now live in, it just seems to me like we never learned one lesson from the Salem witch trials. We seem to want vigilante justice now. Dan Bongino's the perfect man to do it. He's a former Secret Service agent, and he knows how to work a microphone. His audience is angry, rightfully so. We're demanding justice, and we should. And we're tired of excuses from government swamp creatures. So when someone says, where's the Epstein list? Dan is ready to roll. He's ready to do his job. Report, release the information. But Pam Bondi is not just feeding red meat. She's trying to keep her president and his administration out of the federal courthouse. You see, Dan speaks from passion, and we all have passion. But Pam speaks from legal reality. And when passion meets process, there's always going to be sparks, guys. That's what's going on at the Department of Justice. Both of these people are MAGA. Both of them are great people. Both of them have two totally different jobs. Now, what I want to do, if I may, and by the way, you need to subscribe to my blog every day. You'll get it to your email free of charge. Go to Substack and look for Professor Toto. That's my satirical stage name, Professor Toto. But here's what I want to do. I want to lower the emotional level and show you how Pam Bondi is looking at this case. We know how Dan is looking at it. He's looking at it like me and you would, through passion for truth. There are two worlds. There's the one that we all wished that we lived in. That's Dan's world, a world of truth, a world of get the truth out. There's another world called the world we really live in, and that's Pam's world. It's a world of legalese, a world of lawsuits. And she is trying to protect your president from lawsuits. Now, let me show you why there would be lawsuits. So let's deal with the facts, not the fantasies. There is no, hold on to your bloomers, official Epstein list. There's no official, there's no document in a steel vault that says the Epstein list. I will tell you what there is so that you have the facts. And if you're my subscriber to my blog, you already have these facts. Number one, there is the black book of Epstein's. There's over 1,000 names in that black book. I can take my cell phone, go to my contacts, and I've probably got 1,000 names in my contact list today. Is everyone in my contact list guilty of anything I would do wrong? Do any of them deserve to have their names released because they're in my contacts list. Okay? Now, that black book was released in 2015. That was back when Obama was president. So for 7 years, let's see, we're at 2025, 10 years, who knows what's been done to that black book? There were celebrities, CEOs, world leaders in that black book. So yes, there is a smoking gun. There is a list of contacts. But that's not a list of guilty people. There's also flight logs, private jet manifestos. There were many high-profile passengers, including Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, Alan Dershowitz. There was also visitors logs of people that came to his home. But being on the list does not mean you've committed a crime. It means you knew a guy. So let me ask you, if you were on that list, would you want your name released to the world? Because you knew a guy? Because you went to his house? Because you were invited to a dinner? And now you that done no wrong, your children have to see your name on the list? Should your name be splashed across the headlines just because we want red meat? Should you be branded a predator or a child molester because you knew a child molester? And that's the legal landmine that Pam Bondi is trying to avoid. My fellow patriots, we need to stop. We don't have to turn Dan against Pam or vice versa. It's not necessary. She knows that if she names names without evidence, it is a libel bomb just waiting to explode, and then that bomb interferes with President Trump's agenda. Epstein is not President Trump's agenda, folks. He really has bigger fish to fry. Okay? That's the sad facts. And this is why the list cannot be released. But I'm going to put a parenthesis behind it. Yet. It can't be released yet. It needs to be scrubbed of innocent people. Pam Bondi gets it. She is a seasoned prosecutor. She knows what Dan doesn't know, the rules. Okay? You don't just release names to satisfy a mob. And me and you, we're the mob. We want to know. But you see, that's what the Democrats did to Donald Trump. And we thought they were horrible for accusing an innocent man. And here we are doing the same thing. We're better than that. We believe in law and order. We're conservatives. We're not convoluted. We're conservatives. We believe in true justice, not runaway justice, to appease an angry Twitter mob. That's not how real justice works. That's how Democrat justice works. But we're trying to restore and make America great again. We don't make America great again by making the same mistakes again. We didn't like it when they did it to Trump. It was wrong. History will prove it was wrong. We have to stand on the side of right. Now, let's be honest. Every one of us wants justice for the victims of Epstein. In 2012, President Trump called for these perverts to be rounded up and done away with. That's what President Trump wants. He's not playing games then or now. But if we start naming people without proof, we have become the very thing we despise. In fact, we've become hypocrites. We become the leftists that weaponize allegations for headlines. So the list, if it exists, cannot and must not be released until there's real evidence of criminal wrongdoing, there's a legal basis for public disclosure, and the accused have a chance to defend themselves. Otherwise, you're just inviting billion-dollar defamation lawsuits and burying the cause of justice under decades of lawsuits. Here is what is true. Here is what is false. Number one, there's a list of people connected to Jeffrey Epstein. That's true. There is a list of people connected to him. Jet logs, visitor logs, contact list. That exists. Next, everyone on that list is a pedophile. False. Some were accused of abuse on that list. True. Ghislaine, Prince Andrew, that's it. That's the only two that's been accused. That's it. That's it, folks. This list proves that there is a secret elite pedophile ring. No evidence of that. None. We have two people on this list who have been accused of anything related to pedophilia. Is there evil among the elite? Always has been, always will be. There's also evil in the neighborhood ghetto. There's evil everywhere. Okay? Are there perverts in powerful places? Absolutely. And there's also perverts in your neighborhood. Should we investigate every credible lead? 1,000%. But wild speculation without evidence helps nobody. It doesn't help the victims. It doesn't help the courts. And it doesn't help MAGA. We don't want tabloid trash. We want truth. So Dan Bongino, thank you for your passion for wanting to get what we want out. Thank you for that. Now sit down to Pam's precision, because she's protecting our president. Dan Bongino is a patriot. He's a fighter. I love the guy. But this time, Pam is right. This is not about hiding names. It's about doing it the right way. Justice is real and lasting, not performative. Because the minute we start sacrificing process for popularity, we lose the very thing that we say we defend: truth, justice, due process, the American way. So when you see Pam and Dan clash, don't pick sides. Stop. Understand their roles. Dan stirs the pot. Pam keeps the pot from boiling over in court. Respect their roles. Understand that produces sparks. But you don't choose sides. Don't let Laura Loomer and all of these people make you choose sides. That's the work of the devil. These people are all on the same team. We want justice. Names. Convictions. But we want it done right or not at all. The goal is not just punishment, but right punishment with proof, due process, and consequences that stick in court. Until then, we keep fighting, praying, and supporting Donald Trump, the ones that he supports. We support his government, his administration. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. And share. Bye-bye, everyone.